Hello and welcome to Mighty Obstacle Studios Month in Review for May 2025. Well, it has been a very eventful month. Many people played the vertical slice for the game, many people had criticisms, and many people had compliments. The answers to these criticisms and compliments are exactly what this entire month was about, along with making sure the next one that's coming out is going to be even better. The biggest complaint I got for the vertical slice was the graphics. No matter what way you cut it, people can tell when you use a flat shaded polygon as opposed to using textures. Strangely enough, people didn't seem to care about the poly count. As long as I put textures on something, people seemed to think that they were alright. Even something as simple as a barn having a wood texture made it look so much nicer. This idea has been carried over to the game's enemies. The Model XYZ series had all their textures looked at too. Model Z, the red one, was the first to get a major revision to its model. It looks light years better than the original game model, and actually seeing it in Scouter, man, that was a good choice. I've also learned a lot about how Blender skeletons work. Embarrassingly. But hey, you know, how else are you supposed to learn? Which leads to Scout. Scout did get a practice new model that I was trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to change on her. Her crotch plate actually makes sense now, and her shoulder guards have been flattened, because if they didn't, she was going to hit her head. I'm going to keep her current model in the game right now. In the background, I'm going to make a brand new model for Scout. The unfortunate aspect, though, is that her entire skeleton is not up to snuff. So a new model would unfortunately either mean A, I make her old model have a T-pose, then I have to redo all of the animations because of her arms, or B, I just make brand new animations in general. I'm starting to lean on the B side of this, because her current animation setup is extremely messy and actually makes Godot lag every time I boot her in. Oh Blender, you've had quite the knowledge check from me. So the big thing with Blender is that I was able to learn a lot of shortcuts to make these stages look a lot better. A great example would be the Bridge Edge Loops tool. This tool allows me to make any curved surface I want, and I can make it as smooth or as chunky as I'd like. There was also a combined amount of modifiers that I learned too. One such being the array modifier, so that I can have a bunch of different objects follow a pattern. Then combine that with a screw modifier, and I'm able to make these really cool sloped terrains that spin in a circle. Of course, there's still much to learn. I'm not afraid to learn anything new in Blender though, so I've been having a great time as I touch up both these worlds and characters. Speaking of worlds, that's where the new stage comes in, Wacky Waterways. The unique thing about this stage is that it's not entirely designed by me. In fact, most of it is actually designed by the level designer and QA tester for Scouter, Redneck Gamers. Him working on that saved me a lot of time in the long run, because now I'm just the guy that makes a 3D model out of it. Scouter's level design philosophy is much more iterative too, so if there's something I don't necessarily think would pan out well in the game, or I tried it in the game and it doesn't work, I can just change it. Wacky Waterways is turning into one of the more fun and fast-paced stages in Scouter. It's a much harder stage than Trainyard Tantrum, and the best part is I'm having a great time working on it. Many cool set pieces are in this level, along with some really fantastic gimmicks that I can't wait to properly finish. The foreground and background manipulation, along with the many moments of the Bezier curve usage in this stage, makes it a very exciting and very different stage than Trainyard Tantrum. Apparently it's pronounced Bezier. I looked it up, and... okay, Bezier curve. Lightning round time. The biggest deal would be finding a new way to compress and use the music in this game. Instead of everything in the game being an uncompressed WAV file, now all the music in the game uses the OGG format. I did a test export of this to see if the file size changed in any way, and boy did it. The whole game was able to fit the current soundtrack as of now, and have the exact same file size as the current vertical slice. You do not have to worry about Western game dev being here with Scouter. Bezier curves finally have a local rotation to them now. I don't really like the way I have it now, but I can do some really fun things like making Scout's rotation not align properly on purpose. Details have been added to Trainyard Tantrum, not just for models getting textures, but lighting fixtures actually producing light now. My favorite thing that I can't wait to expand on is the enemies now bounce off walls. You can't just slam them into the wall, now you need to use your brain to juggle them better, and it makes the game much more engaging to play. So that's the end of this month in review. Do I have quite the recommendation for you? This month, I decided to take a break from playing video games after finishing Kingdom Come Deliverance. I figured I could do something else like draw, learn, be bored, and most importantly, read. One book that I had a great time reading was Megumi Hayashibara's The Characters Taught Me Everything. This book is basically an autobiography with some life lessons thrown in that Megumi Hayashibara, a Japanese voice actress who did many projects, learned along the way from voicing these characters. She talks about a lot of crazy behind-the-scenes stuff that happens on many productions of anime she's been on, like Ranma Half, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Saber Marionette J, Slayers, Paprika, and my favorite story is Sorcerer Hunters. That one's great. Apparently she found out the character she was voicing was actually the creator's wife. That's a really funny story. Unfortunately, not every character she voices is in the book. Some quite big names like Kitty White and little ones like Ellie Ragu and Popful Mail aren't in here. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Mighty Obstacle's YouTube channel so that you can stay on the pulse of Scouter's development. You can also follow Mighty Obstacle Studios on many sites, such as Patreon as a free or paid member, and X, Twitter, whatever this is. Stay tuned for more updates on Scouter, because next time you see this game, it's going to look completely different. And I've got a lot of time to make Wacky Waterways a fantastic stage that I guarantee you're going to have a great time playing through. Whether that's going to be at Stage 2025, or if you join the Patreon in the Alpha tier. See you next month.